Sponsored by Coast to Coast Lures, Saltwater Elite Fishing, and Texas-made lures. Welcome back to KAYAKLOSICO. That's right, guys. In this video, we are in Port Mansfield, Texas at 6:30 in the morning, low tide and about 68 degrees. That's right, guys. In this clip right now, I am using the Saltwater Elite Fishing, oh so famous, Cosmo lure. It's a 3-inch lure on the Seth Jighead that we like to call a V-lock, guys. This fish is definitely not the size we're looking for, so let's push on. That's right, guys. Tagging up again on what appears to be another beautiful trout in Port Mansfield, Texas. Unfortunately, again, just not the size we're looking for, but a good, beautiful fish nonetheless. Good action. Let's try to get on some more. That's right, guys. This is going to be another cast and another beautiful tag up on what appears to be a speckled trout, guys. Now, the fight looks pretty good, but as you'll see here in the next few seconds, yet again, just not the size we're looking for here, guys. Trying to get this fish on the kayak, but it says KAYAKLOSICO, and he's out of here.
Coast lure on a Seth Fishing V-lock. Check this out, guys.
That's right, guys. We're switching up here a little bit with the Coast to Coast red and white lure, and we're definitely looking for some body movement in the water, just like I did here, casted in that direction, trying to find the reds, and I think we're about to get a bite here, as you'll see in just a few seconds. Y'all, look at that head shake on the Barebone's rod, guys. This is a 7'3" Barebone rods by Jeremy Jilpas. Huge shout out to my guy for making one of the best rods known to man. Thank you so much for getting this job done. Now back to this huge redfish on my line. Y'all, just like you need to give credit where it's due, you also have to call yourself out when you do something that is a huge no-no, guys. As you've seen in this video, on the back of the kayak, I am trolling a top water purchased from LCB, guys. Though it's something that could be utilized while you're moving from location to location, it's definitely something that could pop your line in a situation like this, guys. Thankfully, the fish never swam towards the back of the kayak where I had a top water waiting for destruction, guys. Y'all, again, this is a 7'3" Barebone rods with a 2500 HG Stratic by Shimano. I'm using 15-pound braided line by Finn's Wind Tamer. Also using the Saltwater Elite Fishing V-Lock, and of course this brand new lure by Coast to Coast. Guys, take a look at this beautiful redfish, also known as a bull red, because this cat is definitely over 28 inches, guys. Let's take a better look at this. Y'all, we're looking at a 29.25-inch bull red that I had to tag
Check that out, guys.
this year, guys. Definitely on the board for the 956 Kayak online tournament. And let's push on forward to see what else the day brings.
Fish on.
Did somebody say trout? Take a look at this beautiful speckled trout taking this coast to coast. Just obliterating this lure and definitely getting on my net, guys. This is such a beautiful trout, guys, and definitely a trout that I wanted on my stringer, especially for the 956 kayaking tournament, y'all. Definitely want to get on the board as soon as I can. Let's take a better look at this cat.
19.5-inch trout, y'all.
Y'all, I am sight casting some movement in the water. Looks like a redfish was in the area, so I just gently put my lure in the right location, and right when the lure gets just in front of the kayak, this guy looks at me and says, KAYAKLOSICO, and he's out of here, y'all. Big splash, and he's on the run. Looks like we got a pretty good redfish on him.
Big fish on, big fish on. Barebone rod, guys. Barebone rods. Coast to coast lures. Shimano Stratic. Saltwater elite fishing. V-locks.
Y'all, just take a look at this beautiful redfish, beautiful size, beautiful color, and definitely utilizing the Barebone rod's durability and flexibility to get this guy on the net, on the stringer, and hopefully soon in the frying pan. That's right, y'all. Another beautiful redfish on the stringer, guys. Now, pushing forward over here, we got more body movement in the water. Definitely wanted to cast out in this direction and start a slow retrieve, guys. A slow retrieve is what did it today. Not much action was needed, guys. There's a lot of action in the coast-to-coast lure in the play that it gives you with a 3-inch design and a short shank on the Saltwater Elite Fishing V-Lock. You put those two together, now we're talking about some dangerous territory, especially for this redfish that's about to tag up in just a few seconds.
Redfish on.
And there she is, guys, headed right for the kayak. Definitely had to make sure that my fins were up, and this is going to be the third redfish of the day, guys. Definitely limiting out with this beautiful redfish now on my stringer.
KAYAKLOSICO. So right here, guys, this is the Saltwater Elite Fishing V-Lock, the coast-to-coast red and white lure using the Barebones rods, and that is my limits, guys. That's three big reds, and one trout, guys. And I keep telling y'all, I keep throwing out Saltwater Elite Fishing, I keep throwing out coast to coast, I keep throwing out Texas made, guys, and this is what it's all about, guys. It's 10:30 a.m. and we've already limited out. Let's see how big this bad boy is. 25 and a half, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to KAYAKLOSICO.
Y'all, what a beautiful view. That's right, guys. My stringer has 3 huge redfish and 1 awesome speckled trout, guys. I'm using the Hoodoo Impulse 120. And take a look at these beautiful fish, guys. This will be the trout number 1 and only trout I caught. This will be redfish number 1, redfish number 2, and certainly not least, the big old redfish number 3 getting me on the board, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As always, KAYAKLOSICO.